Why does steel resist psychic? It's a simple question, but simple questions have a funny way of leading you into spirals of science, culture, history, child safety regulations, and tinfoil-based fashion statements. Fire beats grass because fire would, and water beats fire because Game Freak has never experienced a grease fire. But then there's psychic, the type that says, what if your brain was a gun and nosebleeds were the recoil? In Gen 1, psychic types were disgustingly overpowered, especially Alakazam. He's got 2 utensils for eating ice cream, yet had 0 chill. A true meta monster. But why? Why give a hyper-intelligent psychic type spoons? Well, because bending a metal spoon with the power of your mind was a classic psycho-magician's trick in the 90s. But if that's the case, well, why does steel resist psychic?
Psychic powers? Never knew he was that strong.
It is a conspiracy.
Well, you see, it could just be a game balance thing. Gen 2 introduced Steel and Dark to nerf Psychic type's stupid ego. But where's the fun in that answer? Let's talk tinfoil hats, the universal symbol of I have done my own research. Your stereotypical conspiracy theorist? Twitchy, intense, suspicious of birds. They not only believe in ancient aliens, but that the aliens are still here and trying to read his mind. But so is the big bad brother, government, seeking out dissenters and secret knowers with mind-reading technology. So naturally, he wears a hat made of lunch wrap, and somehow it works? Tinfoil is believed to block electromagnetic mind signals, brain waves that extend beyond the confines of our skulls, that the psychically inclined and machines built to be psychically inclined can then detect and read. But we can't build that tech because it's alien. Steel, which really is just a name for metal. It's the metal type realistically, hence that's what the type's called in the card game. It's all metals. Steel just sounds cooler. Plus Digimon already had a metal type. Anyway, steel resists psychic not because it's logical, but because of decades of humans fearing mental invasion and fighting back with Reynolds wrap. But do you think aluminum Americans sleep with the headgear too? I mean, dreams can be pretty revealing, but the only way this is at all comfortable is with a mattress from this video's sponsor, Helix Sleep. I have my own conspiracy to convert my viewers into ace sleepers upon a plethora of these magnificent mattresses because Helix has mattresses for everyone. Soft, medium, firm, back sleeper, side sleeper, old, new. That's why they have a quick and easy online sleep quiz. It learns your sleep preferences and matches you to the best mattress that fits you and your partner's needs. My partner is aluminum foil, and that means she's a side sleeper who prefers a medium feel on the mattress. And she's kind of painful to cuddle. We have the Helix Midnight Luxe, and I've never been happier with a bed in my life. So even though Helix offers a 120-night sleep trial to make sure you love it, I didn't need it. It was a perfect match right from the get-go, and it will continue being great. A worthy investment, as they also offer a lifetime guarantee. It's no conspiracy. 82% of participants got more of the good, deep sleep in a Wesper sleep study when on a Helix mattress. They got an average of 25 more minutes of it. Better sleep means you'll be less stressed, and being less stressed means that you're less easy for the man to take advantage of. They want you to be exhausted. They want you to be too tired to vote. Right now, Helix is offering 20% off of everything for their 4th of July sale. So head to helixsleep.com/Lockston to see how you can save money, save your sleep, and save yourself. They're coming for you. But it's not like this idea came from nowhere. Consider X-rays. They also can see the unseen and look through our luggage, our bodies, and even walls, just like a psychic would. But you know what X-rays can't see through? Most metal. Doctors wear lead aprons or hide behind thick walls to avoid the X-rays' gaze. Of course, the few doses of X-rays you get throughout your lifetime is fine, but if these doctors were there in person right next to you for every single X-ray they give, they'd get glow-in-the-dark skeletons by next Tuesday. But have you ever seen an X-ray of someone with a metal implant? It glows bright white. The X-ray can't properly see through it, so all of the rays bounce back. Now that's a psychic dead zone if I've ever seen one. And leaving the medical field, Even in the realm of fantasy, this checks out. Many versions of Dungeons & Dragons make lead foil capable of blocking divination spells, the mental spells that reveal information. Things like predicting the future, interpreting dreams, and the like. Yeah, if there's lead nearby, no shot. And some older editions of D&D specify that a scrying eye can't see through lead. So sure, you can magically summon an invisible third eye and project it anywhere you want, but if your target's chilling inside of a shipping container?
Nope.
Even the modern fantasy of superhero media follows this logic. Magneto and Juggernaut from X-Men wear big metal helmets not only to look cool, debatable, but to protect them from attacks on their mind, given that their main adversary is Xavier, a psychic. This idea has plainly penetrated pop culture. But let's talk steel types themselves now. In many cases, they aren't just animals with armor. No, they're machines, robots, literal engines. Metagross is a supercomputer with legs. Bronzong is a sentient bell that may or may not summon demons. Kling Klang is demons. Magnemite, you can't read their minds because their minds are not made of the same stuff we biological life forms are. Imagine trying to read the aura of an AI chatbot. Gosh dang Virgos. Now, let's go deeper. Psychic is weak to ghost and nullified by dark. According to ancient mystical philosophy and thousands of edgy Tumblr blogs, living things are composed of three parts: mind, body, and soul. Psychics dominate the mind and can extend some of that power to the body, but ghosts, they're just soul. No mind, no body, just spooky vibes and zero mental presence. You can't really attack with what isn't even there to begin with, can you? And dark types, they think differently, they feel differently. They are so emotionally repressed that your psychic waves bounce off of them. You project your mind, trying to find the usual guilt, insecurities, and childhood trauma to exploit in them, but instead, their mind is just concrete hallways that smell like damp puddles and dubious substances. Their emotional walls are huge, and their mental halls are labyrinthine. Nothing is here for a psychic to attack. So Ghost and Dark have their psychic effects because of their minds being completely abnormal, so I think saying that Steel is in a similar vein here is an alright explanation too. But here's a fun idea. There's an argument to be had that Steel shouldn't just resist Psychic, it should also be super effective on it. I mean, brain versus shovel? You don't need a degree in psychology to know the shovel's winning. But also, metals like lead, mercury, and cadmium wreak absolute havoc on your nervous system. Lead exposure, during childhood especially, yeah, that messes with BDNF, the brain's housekeeping staff. Lead sneaks in, pretending to be calcium, and then builds garbage proteins that don't do any work. It's like hiring zombies to run a data center. Sure, they showed up to work. In fact, they never leave. Ever. And now all the Ethernet cables are chewed up, and the few human workers are slow and inefficient weaving around all of them.
Brains.
Yuck. And of course, your brain is degenerating because of that. So lead would be detrimental to a psychic type whose brain is their power source. And mercury poisoning. Ooh, that's terrifying. Chemist Karen Waterhan spilled a few drops of dimethylmercury on her latex gloves that she was properly wearing, but this metal goes through those gloves. Mercury doesn't care about latex. Over the next 10 months, her nervous system unraveled like a ball of yarn in a blender. Her mind slowly pulled apart from her body simply because mercury was weaseling its way between the two. And in being a chemist who specialized in toxic metals, she knew exactly what was happening to her, and that her fate was completely sealed the moment she spilt. And in an act of heroism, she documented everything that was happening to her. First-hand experience from a scientist with mercury poisoning. She and her papers left quite the legacy and were used to create a safety regulation. You need to use gloves that actually protect you from toxic metals when handling toxic metals. So now labs use nitrile gloves. Remember, kids, every regulation and safety guideline is written in blood. While it's totally fair to argue that some of them are overly strict, it's important to remember lead and mercury poisoning don't care about how free your freedom is. They'll kill you either way. And while I'm on this soapbox, don't let me scare you away from other things with mercury in them. You won't lose your marbles because you ate a can of tuna or went to the dentist or got a vaccine. Those are totally different forms of mercury. Thus they are safe. But I get it. Chemistry is hard, and when you don't understand something, it's easy to find solace in hearing people you trust confidently explain it in terms you do understand. And oh no! That's why conspiracy theories and anti-vax health guru BS spread so easily. Wonderful. So yeah, steel resists psychic because metal blocks psycho mind waves in the fiction verse, and blocks and degrades real brain and nervous system connections in the realo-verse. Plus, a lot of steel types have computerish minds, but if all that information is too much to remember and tell your friend, just show them this video. You can copy the link and send it to them. Or just tell them tinfoil hats, bro. Everyone will nod like they understand. And maybe, just maybe, no one will ask follow-up questions. Replace your lead paint and plumbing, and never stop using your noggin.